Five Nights at Freddy's YouTube channels. When I announced this documentary, many were surprised that YouTubers focused on Five Nights at Freddy's. So I decided to make this documentary discussing the rise of FNAF YouTube and its new generation that will one day go on to become legends in their own making. When Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy's video was released in 2014, it exploded. Many had never seen a game like this before, and it not only led MatPat to make a video on the game, it led to the formation of Fusion Z Gamer and Pro Class Games to start making FNAF content and theorise about the upcoming sequel. As soon as it was released, many wanted to comb through the game for its Easter egg, and one of these individuals was a streamer called Dorko. And well, I'll let him tell you the rest.
And you and Pro Class Gamer asked me if you could use my footage and you would shout me out, and I said yeah.
It was me. I was like, can I shout you out? And I make sure whenever I shout someone out, I make sure that they gain at least 1,000 subscribers, and the rest is history. All right.
I got like I think I got like 5k subs from those two videos because they went viral, and I was like,
and
oh,
then there was the.
Cool.
And it started a great friendship between Dorko and Fusion. However, Pro Class shortly after left YouTube.
What happened to Pro Class Gamer? Yeah, we have no idea. Yeah, you're asking the wrong people.
I think he was just done with YouTube, to be honest.
Yeah. If he ever came back, we would support him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think there's things in life, guys, where when you're done with something, it's very hard to get back into it after so long. Probably doing
from
something else.
From the start, he kind of, I don't want to say too much, but if he ever came back, we would definitely.
He didn't link
him.
me.
Attempted to reach out to him to do an interview, but I got no response. A couple of other channels popped up around this time, including Smike, who made top 10 videos. Editor's note: I realised I never mentioned Smike has quit YouTube as I've been recording this video after a backlash in which he stole fan art and had 99% of his videos taken down. That's a story for another day. Back to the video. 8-Bit Gaming also merged around this time, and it was unique as the channel was run by two men, both called Ryan. They began recording theory discussions, and later Dorko joined for a podcast on their channel. The channel is still going with the two recording on separate channels called 8-Bit Ryan and Bazaar Milan. Johnny Box also began uploading content in 2017. He began uploading Let's Plays of fan games and eventually started uploading news videos about new content coming to the world of Five Nights at Freddy's. They all today are juggernauts, and rightfully so. Their family-friendly image, the content that can be produced almost daily or weekly depending on the topic discussed, and it also is easily rewatchable and bingeable. Dorko became so popular that he dedicated an entire channel to FNAF content. And on this channel, he played fan games, official releases, and theorised on new teasers. He began to collect a following, including myself around this time, and as more and more games and teasers dropped, he began to gain more and more followers. He interviewed voice actors who provided voices to Scott's character, discussed the upcoming FNAF movie, and more. It reached its peak around the release of Five Nights at Freddy's Ultimate Custom Night, when he challenged Scott. He bet that he could beat all 50 animatronics on maximum setting. Scott, of course, accepted. This caused an internet frenzy in the FNAF community, with everyone showing support for Dorko. Game Theory showed support in passing comments. The numbers exploded until he hit 1 million subscribers in February of last year, and live streamed the event. He is now a legend in the community, with all of the channels mentioned being best friends, and it brings us to the modern day.
Hello, Kanashi. I hope you're doing well. So you've asked me some questions and I'll answer them. If it's okay, I'm just going to do audio. But yeah, good luck with your video. I actually didn't watch a lot of YouTube when I was younger. I only started around 2012. Obviously, I used YouTube before that for music and tutorials, like gaming tutorials and stuff like that, but I never really watched a YouTuber. And the first YouTuber I watched, I know it's very cliche, but a lot of people did and still do, is PewDiePie. So I used to watch PewDiePie back in 2012, 2013. His Let's Plays on horror games like The Crooked Man, which is iconic, or Amnesia, that's a very popular one that everybody talks about still. But yeah, when I was watching PewDiePie, I was like, yeah, I think it might be quite cool to do videos like this in the future. But unfortunately, I didn't have any of the equipment or anything like that. I had a little netbook, and it was really, really bad. I used to play RuneScape on it, if you've heard of that game. And that's all I used to play. I didn't have anything else like a computer or anything, or a gaming laptop. So I couldn't really do YouTube back then, unfortunately. I did get a computer in 2014 though, and that's when I started streaming on Twitch, because it still wasn't good enough for like serious YouTube videos. It was okay for streaming, and my streaming videos were really low quality and my camera was terrible. It was at the perfect time. Summer 2014 is when FNAF came out, the first FNAF game, the summer of 2014. And that game blew up, right? FNAF 1, Markiplier's Let's Play of FNAF 1, it blew everything up with the game. I did a live stream on it and I really enjoyed it, but nothing came out of FNAF for me after that point until FNAF 2. When FNAF 2 came out, I streamed it on the launch day, and I was one of the first people to find 2 Easter eggs in FNAF 2. Number 1, Shadow Freddy in the parts and services room, which was absolutely crazy, and another one was an endoskeleton, the endoskeleton Easter egg in the prize corner. I found those, clipped them, uploaded them to YouTube, and they went viral. I had a lot of the FNAF YouTubers talk about my video and credit me, such as Fusion Z Gamer, and that brought a lot of new subs and stuff to my channel. At that point, I was really passionate about FNAF, especially with FNAF 2. FNAF 1 was great, but FNAF 2 really pushed out the lore, the secret lore and the Easter eggs and the mini games. It went more in depth with the story, especially the phone calls as well, with Phone Guy talking about Fredbear's Family Diner, a lot of hidden lore behind the scenes. And that really pushed forward more FNAF theories. There were some FNAF theories with FNAF 1, of course, with the hidden Easter eggs there, with like the 5 missing kids and a murderer in a mascot costume. But FNAF 2 really went out with more lore and more Easter eggs and more hidden stories. So that was the perfect time for me to start making FNAF theories. And that's how it started. I started making more FNAF theories with my low quality microphone and crappy editing. And we're here today. So 7 years later, we're still here. We've got the upcoming game, Security Breach, which is going to be the biggest FNAF game. It's crazy how the franchise of FNAF has been going for 7 years, and Security Breach is going to be the biggest game ever for FNAF. The FNAF community is going wild for it. And I've actually noticed some people outside the FNAF community, you know, who have seen the trailers and stuff, and they've said, you know what, this actually looks pretty cool. I feel like FNAF Security Breach and FNAF VR allowed outside people to get into the community and into FNAF again. You know how FNAF was just PC? Security Breach is going to allow console gamers to get into the franchise and stuff too, which is really exciting, because it looks like from the trailers and stuff, Security Breach is going to be the biggest FNAF game ever, and that's really exciting. So I definitely think after Security Breach, if it's successful, I'm pretty sure it will be, looking at the views of the trailer and stuff on the PlayStation channel, I feel like there's going to be more big games coming out for FNAF in the future. I definitely think Steelwool Studios, the creators of Security Breach and FNAF VR, are going to continue to make FNAF games. Maybe there's going to be a sequel of Security Breach. Maybe they're going to make another VR game in the future. We'll have to wait and see. I really do feel like this is just the beginning with Five Nights at Freddy's, even though it's been going for 7 years. I really do feel like Security Breach is going to be the biggest game. But FNAF has been amazing for the past 7 years. Lots of cool games, lots of lore. We still don't know everything about FNAF. It's still pretty crazy. But, you know, we've got tons of books coming out. We've got the movie still going ahead. Even though we haven't heard much about it, the movie's still coming out. And Security Breach, and hopefully some more future games as well. I hope that answered your questions, buddy. I hope that helped a little bit with your video. Good luck with your video. Good luck with editing it all. And yeah, wishing you all the best.
Thanks so much, Storko, for sending audio. If you are watching this, I want to say thank you for everything. You've changed me and my friends' lives. You've inspired me and them to fall in love with the series. You made me review the first game with your revisited series, and here is how you've inspired my friends to make content.
Everyone, I'm Pinkymino, well, one of Kanashi's old friends. I'm a streamer, by the way, twitch.tv/Pinkymino. Anyway, I want to talk about my side on the whole, like, FNAF fandom. I started getting, like, into FNAF back in around, like, 2014, 2015 times. And, like, my friends from primary kept, like, recommending me to watch some videos on FNAF. Well, I was kind of like an arty kid. I'd draw them, I'd glass to draw them. I was around like 8 or 9 back then, and I could still remember I don't even understand how. I can still remember the exact first video I watched on like FNAF itself. I remember tuning into a Markiplier video, which was FNAF, and it was the very first one. And I knew who Mark was before then because I used to watch his Gmod videos that he used to make. And I remember just having like one of the best times watching it. Like, well, actually looking back at it now, it's kind of nostalgic. FNAF itself is nostalgic for how long it's been out. I didn't only watch Mark, I watched Jack, Jacksepticeye and stuff. I have been in the FNAF franchise for a long time. I met a lot of people that have been into it and stuff. I'm pretty sure though, like, Jack and Mark were the only people that got me into FNAF. Like, the music definitely did. Any of the music's good. Honestly, they're probably better than most songs that are put out now. Yeah, I think that's all I can really say on it. I got into FNAF from Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. But I guess this will be like the end of my... I've been Pinkamena, and enjoy the rest of the video, I guess, and leave a like and subscribe to Big Cash, because he puts a lot of effort into these videos, as you can tell. But I guess enjoy the rest of your video.
Right, hello everyone, I'm Mr. Goose, or that one animated Goose, and I'm kind of here so Kanashi can get over 10 minutes, but yeah. So I used to be the owner of the FNAF podcast. Will it come back? Maybe, if this video gets to a certain amount of likes. Kanashi might have already talked about that, but hey. But anyway, I'm just here to talk about how I got into FNAF YouTube, and who the first real YouTubers that I were into. So, around the time of FNAF 2's release, leading on to FNAF 3, one of the best FNAF games, in my opinion, I really started to get into the FNAF stuff. Not until like, uploading YouTube yet. That took quite a while, but yeah. I think the first hype I really felt was FNAF 4, because I remember the very day it came out. I remember just playing it, and I was terrified, because I was in America at the time, and the house looked exactly like it. But yeah, enough of that. I think really some of the first FNAF YouTubers I seen were pretty standard, like Matt, Pat, Dawko, who's in this video. How am I here as well with Dawko? Hey Dawko, please give me some attention. Get maybe subscribe, leave a like, help. Kanashi's forcing me to do this. But yeah, and the standard people as well, like Dawko, all basically the people that are still kings of FNAF, like Matt, Pat, and what's his name? Of course, 8-Bit Ryan and everything. Those are the kind of YouTubers that really got me into it. And also, Jacksepticeye. I remember PewDiePie made a video on it, and I remember watching all them. Markiplier as well, how could I forget about him? But yeah, so that's basically the end of that's my part. If you guys do enjoy me, how could you not? Please subscribe to my channel. It better be linked in the description. Mr. Good 501. It's just I really enjoy making content. I mainly upload JoJo and occasionally like Yu-Gi-Oh videos, like just anime in general. And I plan to do a lot more things like My Hero. And yeah, so please subscribe, and maybe the FNAF podcast will come back. But yeah, that's my part. Bye guys. Oh, by the way, it's my birthday on Sunday, so if you don't subscribe, you're kinda fruity.
As a kid, I had always wanted to be a YouTuber, and Five Nights at Freddy's was the first thing that got me there. The first time I was introduced to Five Nights at Freddy's was when the fabled Scariest Game in Years video popped up in my recommended. I couldn't tell you if I had previously watched Markiplier because I was 8, but I can tell you how I found out about Five Nights at Freddy's through Markiplier's video. And as you would expect, my child brain instantly fell in love with the series. I can even still remember to this day having vague ideas of what Five Nights at Freddy's was. When I first saw the thumbnail, I thought honey was coming out of Freddy's mouth. Cause he's a bear, and bears eat honey. And they, jump scare people too, right? I mean, I think so. I don't know, bears are cute. But, you know what isn't cute? Child murder, depending on who you ask. This series is full of it. I definitely say my interest in Five Nights at Freddy's peaked when I started watching MatPat theorize about it. Knowing that the game contained these hidden secrets about what really happened and why the animatronics came to diddle me at night was just the thing my developing creative mind needed at the time. If I gain a substantial amount of popularity, don't share this joke on Twitter. You know how they are. Whatever, that's besides the point. Politics isn't intellectually challenging enough for me anyway. As I was saying, when I was a kid, I would watch MatPat dissect the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is much more intellectually challenging than politics will ever be. I was probably 8 or 9 years old hearing about all this shit. Me and my friends would discuss the lore during lunch, which was a total of 25 minutes because school sucked. But hey, at least it's just enough time to discuss the entire timeline. MatPat's Five Nights at Freddy's videos, from what I remember, were quite good smart food to snack on. Not just the theories, but at the time, I felt like the reason Five Nights at Freddy's resonated with so many people was because of the Easter eggs. Five Nights at Freddy's absolutely nailed its atmosphere. The entire game was eerie, unnerving, dreadful, and every other word that makes you from fear. Listen, if I went on with the synonyms for scary, it would devolve into blood-curdling, spine-tingling, and bed-shitting. Normally shitting in your bed is awesome, but you can't even defecate on the floor in this game, so I have to show my respect. Wait a second, I swear those were rules about not shitting on floors. Now it's a newspaper about children disappearing. And hey, why are the posters crying? And why is Freddy golden? See, stuff like this is what made such a short game infinitely exciting to keep playing. By the time the second game came out, people were scouring for Easter eggs left and right. And god damn did it deliver! Shadow animatronics that appear in your office and in the parts and service room. The puppet flashing on your cameras when it comes to kill you. Toy Chica taking off her beak. Mangle has a radio voice? Paper plates moving. Giant golden Freddy head. Rare images when you boot up the game. Cutscenes of the first game with the puppet in them? A loose endoskeleton in your vent. Mini games depicting the children being murdered. And so much more. The search for Easter eggs were also boosted because of the teasers leading up to the game. Scott Cawthon is well known for hiding secrets in darkened images. If you go into Photoshop and just turn up the brightness, boom, hidden image. Or, I mean, it might not be turning up the brightness, but it's some kind of photo. All this hype, of course, got people talking, and this is when I began to watch a buttload of Five Nights at Freddy's YouTubers. By the way, Doco's in this video, so he's probably watching it. Hi,
Doco. I really like your videos,
and please, just please click the follow button, okay? I watch all your videos, even the Fart Bear Frights ones. Just please follow me! Anyway, with all this talk going around, naturally, I got talking too. I wanted to be involved in the FNAF community, but where would I go? And what would I do? Art, I think? Well, let me explain. The first YouTube video I ever created was titled, Time to Meet My Name. Smiley face. And dang, I'll tell you, this video is so wholesome, I used to write smiley faces with the weird bracket. The video was published on February 26, 2015, meaning I was 8 freaking years old. I was a damned underdeveloped doofus. At the end of the video, I tell my viewers to quote-unquote, meet me at the school. First of all, never say that! I'm pretty much asking for a Fazbear Fright story about myself. And second, I don't even say what school. I just refer to my school like it's the only one in existence. Although I shit on myself too often, this video was very wholesome. And I remember as a kid wanting to achieve that YouTube fame like nobody else. Except for everyone else, because everyone wants that. I even remember my dream was to specifically be in YouTube Rewind. And well, sorry little old me, but that dream is dead. As a kid, I realized showing my epic FNAF drawings wouldn't be enough. So I'm an animator now! And boy, were my animations glorious pieces of shit indeed. But hey, it wasn't all bad. I actually met some pretty cool people along the way. For you see, when I was a kid, I was simply built different. Why then, and not now? If you say that to me right now, I'll slap you in the face. Because I have a chronic back pain disorder, alright? So, yes, I was built different. I was on that Five Nights at Freddy's Sigma grind, okay? When I was a kid, the way I'd make friends and opportunities is searching up open Five Nights at Freddy's SFM collabs and commenting for a spot to be on it. This is how I met a guy named Superior Films. I think he just goes by Superior now, but you should definitely check him out. He kept up with the animating, and as for me, I don't know, I can't remember. I probably started watching Leafy or something and jumped on the FNAF community bad train. Jokes aside, it was 100% my fault, or, you know, no one's fault, because I was fucking stupid. Oh shit, it's 6 AM. Well, that's about gonna do it. I'm ready to go home, catch up on this Dracula cartoon I've been watching, and hope nothing or no one breaks into my house. See you guys! Oh, what the fuck?
So this segment is a part of a larger video that the Legend Source has done on his channel. The footage being used is actually a teaser for the project releasing soon on his channel. The project isn't released yet, however, so definitely subscribe and turn on notifications for him and everyone else mentioned in this video.
I was the only person who really talked about FNAF in my school. I was made fun of about that, being a FNAF fan. I kind of didn't like it, so I kind of hated being a FNAF fan for a while. Of course, around that time, I went to my cousin's house after the second game came out. Of course, he had the second game. Had to play it. I never beat FNAF 2 till really recently. I'm really upset that I never beat the game till recently. I remember watching Markiplier a lot during that time and stuff, and watching his FNAF videos. Markiplier was the reason I beat 2020 mode. FNAF songs at the time were amazing. That first FNAF song, oh, nostalgic for me. I'm nostalgic for it. Second FNAF song, nostalgic as well. It's been so long. Amazing. Awesome. Spectacular even. I think this was around the time Dawko started coming in. I don't remember. I didn't watch Dawko till like 3 years ago. And then I remember the hype around FNAF 3. But like FNAF 3 was so hype. I remember looking at the first image on ScottGames.com that had Boom Boy make the number 10 somewhere hidden on him. That was so exciting. FNAF 3 is probably one of my second favorite game. It's pretty good. Not too difficult, not too hard at all. And I remember seeing that FNAF Fright Throne burned down newspaper after I beat it. So I was shocked. And then whenever I saw you would brighten up the image and stuff, you saw Springtrap. Cool. That was so cool. I actually started getting into game theory around this time, and I started watching a lot of his timeline videos. I still believe in those timelines I still watch those all the time. Now 4, I remember watching a lot of the trailer for the first time. That was so exciting. Seeing like the Nightmare Bonnie jump scare and stuff, that was so cool. That was like my favorite one. It's so cool. That was so funny. I still die every time I watch that part. Well, I think this is probably going to be the end of my recording. Thank you, Kanashi, for letting me come on here and do this episode. And as Scott would always say, see you on the flip side.
In conclusion, FNAF YouTube has come a long way from its early days. As Dawko has stated, it will only develop with more titles being released. You have entertained so many and inspired so many to pursue content creation. Thank you, Dawko, and thank you to everyone who has made or is making FNAF content.